Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, that is Bubs Canvas. And in today's tutorial we are going to end this comparison of pre-trained model series. I know this is too delayed, but still today we are going to complete it. And if you hadn't watched the previous tutorials, then go through them first, because uh, you won't be able to understand this one if you hadn't watched them. So without wasting any further more time, let's directly dive into the code. So this is the notebook that I am using for this tutorial. The previously trained model is in another notebook, but the code that I had provided in the description contains single notebook containing both the models and the comparison as well. But in today's tutorial, the notebook that I am using contains only the today's model that we are going to train and the comparison that we are going to perform. So here we go. So first step is to download the dataset. That is, this dataset is similar to the previous one, but yes, some sort of images will be different. Like in previous tutorial, if you remember, then we had used a dataset that consists of concrete images, and there were two labels, that is positive and negative, where positive labels consist of images that contains crack, or the positive label consists of concrete images that contains crack, and the negative portion contains the images without cracks. So similarly, this dataset also consists of all these stuff, and after downloading and unzipping this dataset, we are going to import some libraries. So in this tutorial we are using Keras, and in previous tutorial as well we had used Keras only. So after importing Keras, image data generator, then in this tutorial we are going to use pre-trained model, that is VGG16, which is 16 deep layer neural network. And after that you have to import sequential, dense, then pandas as PD and numpy as NP. And after that we are going to initialize some variables, that is batch size validation, batch size of training data, image resizing, and number of classes that we want in the output. So as there are two labels, that is positive and negative, so number of classes will be 2. And here I am using Colab. Previous tutorials also were on Colab only, and the code that I had provided, you can download and perform it on Jupyter as well. It's completely up to you. So after that we are creating a data generator. So by creating data generator, we can uh, fetch the images from the directory. That is what we are doing after initializing data generator with image data generator. Here we are calling training images. You can see that the path that I had provided is concrete data week 4, that is the name of the data set, and in that data set we have to fetch the images that are in train folder. So after that, batch size that we had initialized here, and targets image size, that is 224 because the model is trained on that size only. And after that, categorical, because we want outputs in categorical form. So here it is shown that there are 30,001 images belonging to two classes. After that we had initialized validation generator, and for that we had given the path of validation images. After that it is showing that there are 9,501 images contained inside this folder, and then we had initialized our model, that is model equals to sequential, as we want the output according to our requirement. Therefore while loading the VGG16 we are going to keep it false. What we are going to keep it false, that is include top. so that the output layer will be excluded. And after that we are going to add our own output layer, that is this one, model dot add dense number of classes that we had initialized before, and activation equals to softmax. You can experiment with others as well, but I am using softmax. So models dot layer 0 equal dot trainable equals to false. That means we don't want to train our model once again, because at 0 position we had VGG16 and at 1 position we had this output layer. So we just want to train layer 1, right? We don't want to train our model. So after that we are compiling our model. I am using an optimizer that is equals to Adam. If you want, so you can experiment with others and see the difference of output. You can compare by using different optimizers, so you can experiment with all these stuff. And after that, these are steps per epoch, training and validation, and number of epochs. And these are going to be used in this portion where we have to fit our model. So model.fit generator or model.fit is also now applicable if you are using the updated version of Keras or TensorFlow. So you can use model.fit as well. So here we are passing train generator that we had initialized before, then steps per epochs that we had calculated here, and the number of epochs that we had initialized before here, that is 2, then validation steps, and after that a model is going to be trained. After training you can see the summary of model. So we can see the summary of model, that is VGG16 model. This is the shape and these are the number of parameters, and dense layer, as we have two outputs, so therefore its shape is equals to 2 and the number of parameters equals to this. So this is our model summary. After that, this is part 2 where we are going to load the previously saved model. Because I had provided you the code of notebook that consists of both the models in same notebook, so you can skip this step. You can directly use the model because we had just saved that model a few steps before, so no need to load that model. But as I am using a new notebook, so I have to load it. So I am using here keras.model.load model, and I am providing the path from where I can load that model. After loading that model, we are initializing test generator. Okay, so after initializing test generator, see here I had provided the path of the folder from where the images for testing purpose can be loaded. And after that, after creating test generator, we are going to evaluate both the models. That is the model that we had created right now, that is VGG16, and the model that we had created in our previous tutorials, that is ResNet50. So here it is, VGG16 performance equals to model.evaluate generator, where we passed test generator that we had created just now, and the steps we had also calculated here, like length test generator equals to length of test generator. So by this we are going to evaluate it, and then we are going to print the loss and accuracy of VGG16 model. And similarly we are going to do the evaluation on ResNet50 as well. So after evaluating, you can see the loss percentage, that is very low in both the cases, as VGG16 has an accuracy of 99.8% and ResNet has 93.9%. Both are working well. So now we are going to see the outputs on predictions. So let's perform prediction operation. So here we had reset our test generator. After that, here we are performing prediction of VGG16 model, that is equals to model.predict generator. Test generator is passed and the steps are passed. Then after that we are checking whether the predicted value is from positive or negative, and then by using labels we are assigning a value that is positive and negative so that we can represent it in the format that I had represented, like file name and then the predictions positive or negative. So you can see that all the predictions are negative here. And after that we had predicted on ResNet 50. So we had performed the same functionality but using ResNet model. So output of this prediction is also similar. So what we got to know is that both the models that we had developed using transfer learning are efficient. Secondly, that we can create our own models using transfer learning, so that the models that we had created will also work efficiently as this pre-trained model works. Third point that we got from here, that ResNet 50 as well as VGG 16, both the models are very efficient, so you can use any of them as both the outputs are same. So you can also go through this exercise and can experiment with other values, other optimizers, even as I had used here softmax functions. You can use another function and you can experiment with other models as well. There are so many models, like ResNet 50 is there, so there are so many other formats of ResNet also, and VGG 16. VGG 17 is also available. ResNet, I think ResNet 16 is also available, or I am just mixing both the models right now. You can see there are so many versions of them. You can experiment with them, but when the point comes of development, then in that case you have to consider your development criteria, like what you want as your functionality, what sort of model you want, how deeper you want, how many hidden layers are needed for your model. And on the basis of all these things you can evaluate that which form of ResNet or VGG 16, not 16, of VGG and other pre-trained models you want to use. You can experiment with each of them, but when it comes for development and deployment for any kind of project, then on the basis of your requirement you can choose any one of them. Like if you want not that deeper model but efficient, then you can use VGG 16, but if you want deeper as well as efficient, then ResNet 50. And in this format you can distinguish between other models as well by experimenting with their functionality and then considering your requirement as well. So in this way you can experiment with these models and can uh, decide which one you want to use. So if you like this tutorial, then smash that like button and subscribe my channel, press that bell icon, so that if I am going to upload next video, that definitely I am going to upload, but yes, I am going to upload it sooner, not this much late. So whenever I am going to upload it, you will be notified. And thanks for watching.